What's going on, people? What's poppin'? It's your boy Beast here. You know, everybody does a whole day of eating video, including myself. I've done those in the past with a little different twist, of course, but regardless, it's still the same shit. So I decided to do a whole day of cooking, starting off with breakfast here. I'm gonna make myself a taco omelet, a ground turkey taco omelet. I have here, of course, the ground turkey, some eggs, some red onions, some Mexican cheese, shredded cheese, and it already comes with taco seasonings, as you see. Also, I have some spinach. Now, you could use green onions, but I like spinach to start the day off. Actually, I like spinach any given time of the day. Spinach is the shit. You gotta get those greens in. And you're gonna top it off with some salsa, mild salsa. Alright, so let's get started. Let's get cooking. Alright, so we're gonna start off by cooking the ground beef. Now, we're not gonna cook it all the way before we start adding ingredients, but we want to start the process as of now. I'm gonna add some salt and some pepper. Now, don't add too much salt and pepper because, well, as far as I go, because I added salt and pepper to the eggs already. I have the eggs off to the side that I already beat, that I whisked up with a fork. So you're just gonna start the cooking process, have it at a medium-high temperature. And once you get it about 15-20 seconds after it all, turns brown, then you want to add the onions and keep on cooking the red onions. Alright, so this is the first step, which shouldn't take you that long anyways. Alright, so when I come back, we're going to add the red onions. Alright, so once you get that ground turkey to where you're happy with it, go ahead and add those red onions and just, keep on mix it, stir it up, saute it, whatever. Get it to the point where the onions become sort of brown themselves, and then you could go ahead and then add the eggs. Alright, that's not going to take too long. Now over here, I have those eggs that I told you already whisked. And as you see, I already have the black pepper in there, and it already added some salt. I have the spinach here. I'll go ahead and just throw that in there as well, and just continue to mix that up. Alright, just mix it up some, and then once the ground turkey and the onions are ready, you can just pour the mixture on top. So when I cut the camera back on, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Alright, so now we're ready to add the eggs. Have the mixture here. Now make sure that the ground beef and the onions are close to the middle of the skillet. It's just, I guess, my preference, but you don't want it to get too sloppy. The eggs itself are going to spread out, and you want the meat to be closer to the middle, not bunched up, spread out some. But as you see, get it to where it looks just like that, or damn near. So go ahead and put the eggs in. Just go ahead and pour it right in the middle. Spread it out some, and that's pretty much it. We're gonna go ahead and cover that until it dries up. You know the drill. Alright, so our omelet is nice and dried up now, and we could go ahead and sprinkle that cheese. Put it close to the middle, closer to one side than the other. Put as much or as little as you want as far as the cheese goes, and then just fold that up. Let's see if I could do it today with one hand with no problems. Man, that's as good as it's gonna get, because with one hand, shit is a real challenge to flip an omelet. But there you go. Now I'm just gonna put it on a plate, put that salsa on that bitch, and enjoy. So give me a second while I set that up. Okay, so we have an omelet on the plate. This is what it looks like from the side. Nice and thick, real hearty, lots of protein. And we're gonna go ahead and add that salsa. Alright, just put some over the top, as much as you want. And that's pretty much it. You know, salsa is not really high in calories. As a matter of fact, this one is only 5 calories per serving. And you figure I used about 2 servings there, maybe a serving and a half. And that's it for breakfast. A nice taco omelet. I'll see you guys at lunch. Let's see what I come up with, alright? Alright, what's going on, people? It's lunchtime. And this is what I'm going to have. I really have no name for what I'm about to make. As a matter of fact, this is the first time I've ever made it. And the way that I'm going to make it. Got some chicken breasts here. This is some of that Grace jerk seasoning. Mild. Red pepper. Some red onion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a stir fry. Like a jerk. Stir fry. Jerk chicken stir fry, I guess you could call it. And on top of this, the only thing I'll need is some olive oil or some other type of oil where I could saute everything. So I'm going to start off by slicing up the chicken, slicing up the red pepper and the red onion, of course. Alright, and after I chop up the chicken, I'm going to marinate it for a while with this jerk seasoning. So when I come back, you'll see the chicken already marinated. Everything will be prepped and ready to cook. Alright, guys. Alright, so I got some onions sliced, got my red bell peppers sliced, and I got my chicken seasoned and marinated in the jerk seasoning. So we're going to go ahead and put that into this preheated skillet that I have with some olive oil. We're going to start to stir it up, cook it up some. It's chicken breast, so you know it cooks fast. Have the temperature at a medium high. We're just going to keep stirring this for a couple of minutes before we go ahead and add the onions and the peppers, alright? Alright, so it's been about 4 or 5 minutes since I started cooking the chicken. We're going to go ahead, add the onions, followed by the red bell pepper, and we're just going to continue to stir it up. That's what a stir fry means. So just stir it up until it's ready. Pretty much until the onions get translucent or so. The chicken should be fully cooked. Once again, like I said, chicken breast cooks really, really fast. And this is damn near done. When I check back in with you guys, I'll have it on a plate and give you a closer look to what it looks like, alright? There we go, guys. That's what that jerk chicken stir fry looks like. Some peppers and some onions. Oh, and while I'm recording this right now, I just wanted to show you guys a particular snack that y'all need to be put up on. The Snap Pea Crisp Wasabi Ranch. Yo, these shits right here are good as fuck. They have them at 7-Eleven. I'm not sure if every 7-Eleven will have them, but just next time you happen to be in a 7-Eleven, just see if you spot these and pick yourself up a bag. Wasabi, if you like spicy, I think they have other flavors as well. Definitely give these a try. Snap Pea Crisps. Alright, so yeah, once again, that's what my lunch looks like. I'll see you guys at dinner time. I'm actually gonna make some beef stew today. I have my taste test to give it a taste and see what's up. Alright, see y'all in a few. Alright, guys. For dinner, we're going to make a nice hearty beef stew with these ingredients that you're looking at right here. I have some garlic, red potatoes, tomatoes, some carrots, celery, and I have here just a little bit over 2 pounds of some beef stew. Alright, I'm going to use salt and pepper and paprika for my seasonings and a beer. Now, I wanted a fucking Guinness, but I forgot to get it, so I just had to settle with what was in the fridge, and it's these natural ice. These shits will get you fucked up, but I'm using this for the beef stew. Don't worry, it doesn't taste like alcohol. There's going to be no alcohol content in the beef stew. It all evaporates out. So let's just get started. I'm going to prep all of this and come right back to you guys. Alright, back up in the kitchen for dinner time. As you see, I have everything prepped up. Now, an addition and a subtraction to the recipe, I forgot to tell you guys to have some chopped up onions. Now, you could go with green onions or red onions. They add a good amount of flavor. I mean, really, what's a beef stew without some onions? I totally forgot about it. So here they are, some minced up red onions, and I couldn't find the paprika. I thought I had some, but there is none. It's all good though. It's not gonna make or break the recipe. And I just decided to add some parsley as well. Now, if you have fresh parsley, you could add that on top after you serve it. But I don't. I have some cilantro. I may go the cilantro route, but for now, I'm going to use, in addition to the salt and the pepper, I'm going to use some of this parsley. Now over here I have some oil preheating in this pot where I'm going to make this stew. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to throw in the beef. Alright, and I'm going to semi-brown it. Alright. I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to add some of that pepper. And we're just going to stir that up. Alright, like I said, we're going to brown it up a little bit. As soon as it starts to brown, then we'll go ahead and add the garlic, followed with the onions and the tomatoes. Saute that a little bit, add the beer and some water. Alright guys, so let me just brown this up real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, as you see, the meat is starting to brown up. So we're going to go ahead at this time, add that garlic in there. We're going to add those onions in there. And we can also go ahead and throw in those tomatoes. And we're just going to keep mixing that up until the meat is fully brown. As you could tell, there's still some redness to the meat. It's not fully brown. So we're going to mix this up until it's completely browned up. And then before we can actually get started with the rest of the ingredients. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and keep stirring this for the next couple of minutes. And then when I cut back, we can add the beer, the celery, and the parsley. And then we can just start to cook this shit. Alright, so see you in a second. Alright, so that beef is nice and brown, and as you can see, a combination of the tomatoes with the juices from the meat itself is letting off some nice juices. That's perfect. We will go ahead and put that beer up in here. Once again, let me remind you guys, this is not going to taste like beer. It's not going to have alcohol in it. Alright, we're going to go ahead, put some celery up in here as well. Put as much as a little bit, but I'm going to stop right now because that shit takes a lot of fucking time shaking that damn parsley shaker. Add the celery as well. Stir that up some. Man, I really hate doing this shit with one hand sometimes, man. I need to get myself a nice, large tripod. Then I'm gonna go ahead and just cover this and let it cook for a while. We'll put it at a medium temperature. We're gonna let that cook for a while before we actually add the carrots and the potatoes. When we add the carrots and the potatoes, then we can put it to simmer for about an hour, hour and a half. As for now, I'm going to leave it in medium for about 40 minutes. Alright, so I'll be back in about 40. Alright guys, it's been 40 minutes passed by. We're going to go ahead and add these potatoes up in here, as well as the carrots. In addition to that, I'm also going to add some water. Stir that up a little bit, and then you can just let it simmer. Let it simmer for 1.5 to 2 hours. Alright, now if you want, you could add some tomato paste or some tomato sauce. If you want to get it to a different color, maybe this color, this natural color for you, you know, might just not do it for you. You go ahead and add some tomato paste. If I have some, I'll add it just to show you. I really don't think there's any, but it doesn't affect the taste. It only, you know, affects the way it looks. But you'll see the final product in a couple of hours once it's all done. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and cover that up. Put it on low and just let it simmer. Alright, so the beef stew is done. Just gonna add some cilantro when I serve it. And I'm about to serve it right now, so let's see what it looks like on a plate. Oh yeah? Alright, so I got my taste tester here. You see, that's what the plate looks like. Got some white rice on the side. Say hello to the people.
Hi.
Hey. Shouldn't you be eating that with a spoon? I'm just saying, it's beef stew after all.
Why are you always trying to change me?
Just go ahead and eat it. Let the people know. Alright, so what's the final verdict on that beef stew?
Alright, getting straight to the point, this gets 2 thumbs up out the gate.
Oh, about time. Finally I get 2 thumbs up.
You know, it's really crazy. I hate beer. I hate the smell of it. I hate the taste of it. I'm just not a beer person. A lot of people say maybe I haven't found the right one, but I just don't like beer. And you can smell it's very fragrant, but can't really taste it. The meat is very tender and is very flavorful. He did an excellent job with that. The potatoes are like the perfect consistency. And in terms of the overall flavor, it's well balanced. It's perfect.
2 thumbs up.
It gets 2 thumbs up. It's definitely an instant panty dropper. I was making like noises and stuff while I was eating, so that's how you know like it was legit. So,
alright, well there you have it.
yeah, I'm about to kill this shit.
Finally.
Hold it down.
Don't be taking my lines from me, man. Don't be taking my lines from me.